Hey everyone, welcome back to Fandom Frontline. Today I'll be talking about the newest take on a character who's been around for several decades, but has never been done justice on the big screen before. Red Sonja. The 2025 film directed by MJ Bassett is finally here, and honestly, despite the modest budget, it's the best version of this character we've ever seen on screen. Let's dive in. First, let's talk about the past. The 1985 Red Sonja film was a loose interpretation of the character Red Sonja of Rogatino, from Robert E. Howard's 1934 short story, The Shadow of the Vulture, as filtered through the Hyborian Age setting of his more well known Conan the Barbarian stories. That film, which starred Brigitte Nielsen as the title character, has its fans, mostly because of its cheesy, campy fun. But let's be real, that movie isn't good. It's more of a curiosity, remembered as a cult classic of 80s fantasy schlock, rather than a genuinely strong film. This new film takes a different approach. Yes, it still has a little fun with the camp. We even get a joking commentary on Sonya's infamous boob armor. But what Bassett does here is balance that tongue-in-cheek energy with a real respect for sword and sorcery storytelling. That balance is exactly what makes this work. Matilda Lutz absolutely carries this movie. She plays Sonya with grit, charisma, and a kind of weary determination that makes her feel like a flesh and blood warrior, not just a pulp fantasy pinup. You believe in her as a survivor and as a fighter, and when the movie lets her unleash, she's magnetic. The film's budget is limited. You can see that in some of the sets and the visual effects, but Bassett knows how to shoot around it. Production design is earthy and textured, the fights are clear and brutal, and the world feels dangerous in the right way. Instead of hiding its limitations, the film leans into them, and it almost feels like a throwback to the gritty energy of 80s and 90s sword and sorcery, only done with more self awareness. And I think that's why this works as more than just a curiosity. It feels like the beginning of something. Bassett already proved with Solomon Kane back in 2009 that she understands Robert E. Howard's pulp sensibilities. With Red Sonja, she gives us a film that respects the character's roots while also updating her for a modern audience. And honestly, if I can't get Arnold Schwarzenegger's King Conan movie we were once promised, I'll happily take more Robert E. Howard stories from Bassett instead. There's something exciting about the idea of a whole sword and sorcery revival, and who knows, maybe one day we'll actually get Sonja and Conan sharing the screen in a way that actually works. So here's the bottom line. Red Sonja is a genuinely enjoyable fantasy adventure. It's funny, it's bloody, and it has just enough camp to embrace its pulp roots, but it never undercuts itself. And most importantly, it finally gives us a Red Sonja who feels worthy of her legend. If you're a fan of sword and sorcery films, the stories of Robert E. Howard, or even just looking for something different from the endless wave of big budget movies, this one is worth your time. For me, it's not just a good Red Sonja film, it's generally one of the best films ever based on one of Howard's stories. So thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this review, don't forget to like and subscribe for more coverage of movies, TV, and all things fandom. And let me know in the comments, what's your favorite sword and sorcery film? I'd love to hear your picks. See you next time.